there, fans. Ray Morgan welcoming you back to your ringside seat here at the Capitol Arena in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the wrestling capital of the world. And here we go with the second half of this exciting card with the best in professional wrestling. Tomas Marin from Puerto Rico meets Cowboy Bill Watts. One fall. These are all one-fall matches. Tony Newberry, the big game hunter from Toronto, takes on Chief Bigheart, the popular favorite who returned last week after an absence of 5 years. Bob Boyer from Charlotte, North Carolina, battles Argentina Apollo, the whirlwind of the Pampas. And our finale, one fall to curfew, Steve, Mr. America Stanley, meets Chief White Owl. We'll be getting underway with our next match in just a moment. Well, with the fans booing in the background, the boos directed at Cowboy Bill Watts, we're ready for introductions. And here again, smiling Sam Mason.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's promoter Vince McMahon's outstanding wrestling show of the spring season, headed for the Washington Coliseum this coming Monday night. Bob Boyer meets Frank Martinez. Miguel Perez tangles with Tony Newberry. Don McClarty takes on the magnificent Maurice. Two top tag team matches pit the Golden Terror and Dr. Jerry Graham against Haystacks Calhoun and the world's champion Bruno Sammartino. Red Barry seconds Smasher Sloan and Waldo Von Erich into action against the Indian Chiefs Wahoo McDaniel and Chief White Owl, who will be seconded by Chief Bigheart. But there's more, ladies and gentlemen. In the top spot, Cowboy Bill Watts clashes for the third time with the U.S. heavyweight champion, Bobo Brazil. And two-ton Tony Galento will referee one of the matches. And ladies and gentlemen, that's still not all. Because of what happened here in this arena this evening, there will be an extra special attraction at the Coliseum Monday night. And listen to this, because Wild Red Berry will put on his tights and wrestle the Golden Boy, Arnold Skaaland. Ladies and gentlemen, this match, one fall. Introducing Puerto Rico, 231 pounds, Tomas Marin. His opponent, Oklahoma, at 290, Cowboy Bill Watts.
Man, isn't that something? I wouldn't miss that for anything. Wild Red Berry, and I guarantee it's going to be a mad Arnold Skaaland. He's not going to be golden, he's going to be red with fury. I wouldn't want to be in Berry's shoes, I'll say that. I wouldn't want to be in Marin's shoes in this encounter either. Ooh, oh boy. If he's got a couple of teeth missing, I can understand it. Tomas Marin, a very likable fella and a very competent, capable wrestler. But he's in with trouble, spelled with a capital W, Watts. Ooh! Look at this. Boy, he's picked up every dirty trick there is. You'd never know that this was Cowboy Bill Watts of a year ago, would you? Oh. Batters him into the turnbuckle. Those driving, stomping feet. Over the top rope as he fires him sprawling in front of us out of the ring. comes out to get at him again. Well, this is the second hour getting underway of top professional wrestling that Thunderbolt just delivered. And the opening match between Cowboy Bill Watts and Tomas Marin. Here's a super wrestling show for you Madison Square Garden fans that you can see in air-conditioned comfort Monday night, May 17th. Cowboy Bill Watts headlines against the champion, Bruno Sammartino, in a 2-out-of-3 fall battle. Each has won a bout previously. This should be a Lulu. Wahoo McDaniel receives his toughest test when he battles the Manchurian landslide Gorilla Monsoon. Those are just two of the great matches on a truly great wrestling show set for air-conditioned Madison Square Garden Monday night, May 17th. Remember, the Garden's box office will be open all day Sunday, and there's still some good seats available. You'd better get them fast. Watts literally walking all over his man. Picks him up. He's getting ready to tie him in the ropes. Look at this. Sets him up between the ropes and then springs the ropes on him. Now dumps him unceremoniously onto the apron and boots him off. Cowboy Bill Watts climbing up on the ropes, shouting his defiance to the world. Again, Tomas Marin comes battling back, nails him with a flying drop kick, misses with that one. Oh boy, man, and look at this. Watts doesn't miss the opportunity. A knee drop as he catches Marin right across the windpipe. Watts, with a sneer on his face, hauls his man to his feet, whips him into the turnbuckles, follows with a foot drive into the midsection, drags him back out, sets him up for a bulldozer, and there he goes, chin first, plowing into the mat, rolls him over. 1, 2. He's not content. He could have had a pin there, but he's not content. He wants to beat him up. And that's exactly what he's doing. He wants to hurt him. A thunderbolt as 50,000 watts come crashing in to the head of Marin. A smash into the turnbuckle. Here goes the bulldozer again. Watts using his 290 pounds to smash Marin face first into the mat. And this time, he lets the count go through. Cowboy Bill Watts, smug, smirking. That didn't take brains. But there he is, and boy, he's trouble for anybody. Sam?
The time, 5 minutes and 6 seconds, and the winner, Bill Watts.
There it is. Winner of this match between Cowboy Bill Watts and Tomas Marin is Cowboy Bill Watts. Once again, here's Sam Mason.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall. Introducing in this corner from Toronto, Canada, at 228 pounds, Tony Newberry. His opponent, weighing 245, from Pawhuska, Oklahoma, Chief Bighard.
A great favorite, Chief Bighard. Returned last week after an absence of 5 years, and here he is, face-to-face with a big-game hunter from Toronto, Canada, Tony Newberry. Harry Smythe, the referee. Nice to see Harry back in action as he has been ill for some time. Smythe questioning that tape around the right wrist of Newberry. The Chief's ready. Newberry better get that robe off him. No, he's not going to wait to do that. He wants to catch the Chief and attack from the rear. Well, the Chief is cleared for action, and boy, he's not wasting any time. Look at this. The Chief covers Newberry's face with his own jacket, and he's battering away. Look at those tomahawk chops go in there. Smythe trying to get Newberry to remove that jacket. Newberry didn't have much chance with what he was subjected to. Oh boy, those ribs and that breast hurt. Wrong corner. Well, look who's here. Newberry trying to claim his own corner. Newberry finds himself tied up again. Well, that jacket's just about off, but Bigheart may have some ideas. Oh, he wants just one swat, and he took it. Boy, oh boy, did he take it. And that Adam's apple of Newberry's is bouncing up and down like a yo-yo. Harry Smythe trying to help Newberry off with his jacket. And now Newberry is cleared for action, but the action is all against him. The fans setting up the war chant. They want Bigheart to start his war dance. And boy, it's fast and furious here at the Capitol Arena. Big-time wrestling in the New York area. Chief Wahoo McDaniel, Argentina Apollo, Cowboy Bill Watts. Those are just some of the big names who will headline big shows. Set for Kingston Tuesday night, May 18th. For the Long Island Arena, Comac, Friday night, May 28th. Top talent headlining wrestling's outstanding stars. Remember, Kingston, New York, Tuesday night, May 18th. Long Island Arena, Comac, Friday night, May 28th. Newberry got something from the floor or the steps, a piece of wood, and he was belaboring the Chief, but the Chief certainly evened that up in a hurry. Newberry with a trip out, toe hold. Newberry just yelled out, "Give up, you Indian, give up." Big Heart is made of sterner stuff than that. Boy, Newberry really leaning into this toe hold, though. Fans wants to know, Mrs. Taylor it is, wants to know where Bobby Davis is. Bobby Davis is out in Columbus, Ohio. Big Heart unlimbering those tomahawk chops. And look at Newberry. He's screaming to the referee. He wants the decision. Newberry, with a handful of the Chief's face, rakes across. Grabs the face again. A double handful, and once more he rakes the face of Big Heart. An out-and-out choke now, and Smythe counts him off. He bounces Big Heart off the ropes, and Big Heart comes off with that tomahawk leading the way. There's another one, and down goes Newberry. Big Heart chopping him down. Newberry pleading for mercy. He wants to sign a treaty with this Indian. Side headlock by the Big Heart. And Newberry trying to lift a scalp. Gets a hand under the Chief's chin. And then a double handful of Big Heart's face. Big Heart won't stand still for much of that. But Newberry is tempting the fates again. You hear the Indian war whoops going up around the arena. And Big Heart usually responds to them. Ooh, what a wallop to the ribs, one to the jaw. Big Heart battering his way out of the corner. Lifting Newberry off his face, a tomahawk chop that brings a roar from the fans. Big Heart tries to split his scalp. Big Heart with a half Nelson. Big Heart with a half Nelson. Now Big Heart puts his left knee behind Newberry's neck. But Newberry is hanging on for dear life. And what he's hanging on to is Big Heart's hair. Look at this. Look at this. Look at those judo chops going into Big Heart's windpipe now. Big Heart lashing out. There he goes into his war dance. Chief Big Heart into his war dance. A backdrop spills Newberry to the mat. A wallop to the ribs. A tomahawk chop across the windpipe. Big Heart covers. Puts him in the bow and arrow. He's got him in the bow and arrow. It's a submission. And Newberry gives. Chief Big Heart from Pawhuska, Oklahoma, brings out the bow and arrow, and Newberry yells uncle. Here's the time.
The time, ladies and gentlemen, 8 minutes and 25 seconds. and the winner, Chief Bigheart.
That meets with the complete approval of the fans. That decision, the winner of this match between Chief Bigheart and Tony Newberry is Chief Bigheart. All right, Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall. Introducing in this corner from Charlotte, North Carolina, at 217 pounds, Bob Boyer. His opponent at 226, the whirlwind of the Pampas, Argentina, Apollo.
Well, this should be quite an exciting match. Both boys very fast, very clever. Friendly handshake, and that's where the friendship ends. Into the Pampas, Argentina Apollo with his back to you right now. The white trunks. And into the ropes they go, and immediately a clean, fast break. Which elicits a round of applause from the fans. Over the top double wrist lock by Boyer. And Apollo flips him over his shoulder. Boyer counters with a head scissors. Apollo into a headstand, pivots out of it. Say, you Virginia fans, there's a big benefit wrestling card at the Fredericksburg Armory this coming Wednesday night, May the 12th. Troop C of the Virginia National Guard, the show's sponsor, has signed 3 of the world's greatest wrestlers. One is in the ring right now, Argentina Apollo, Wahoo McDaniel, and the world's champ Bruno Sammartino will headline this card. Don't forget, that's an outstanding wrestling show sponsored by Troop C of the Virginia National Guard at the Fredericksburg Armory this coming Wednesday night, May 12th. Well, Bob's on the outside looking in. Apollo trying to jackknife him. He may have him. Nope, couldn't make it stick. This could be a stalemate here. Boyer trying to put his man into a split. Now, wait a minute. Who's going to be in this split? Apollo's out of it. Apollo with a leg lock on the left leg of Boyer, and Boyer grabs on. I think, well, they're in the ropes, so they'll both have to break. And the fans again acknowledge the clean break. Apollo trips his man up, finds the left leg of Boyer, has him almost. It's almost a shoulder, a leg Nelson, but not quite. And once more, Boyer is countering with a split. And the ropes, and they both break. Shoulder block by Boyer. Hip lock by Boyer. Say exciting wrestling action is headed for New Jersey. A real big one is on tap at the beautiful Ocean Ice Palace, Bricktown, Friday night, May 14th. Top stars scheduled to compete are Cowboy Bill Watts, Volvo Von Erich, Smasher Sloan, the Golden Terror, Don McClarty, Argentina Apollo, and the world's heavyweight champion, Bruno Sammartino. Then the action moves to Moose Hall in Trenton, Monday, May 24th, the Convention Hall in Asbury Park, right on the ocean, Friday night, May 28th. Remember, that's Friday night, May 14th, the Ocean Ice Palace in Bricktown, Moose Hall, Trenton, Monday night, May 24th, the Convention Hall in Asbury Park, Friday night, May 28th. Starting out for a shoulder block, got caught with a backdrop. Apollo trying to cover and roll his man over. Well, wait a minute. Ties up both arms. Getting ready, could be a surfboard. Nope. Boyer is defeating that aim. Physical fitness is for everybody because the future belongs to the fit. Does your school provide meaningful physical education programs to help assure your child's future? The President's Council on Physical Fitness can help you judge. Write President's Council on Physical Fitness, Washington, D.C. for information. Argentina Apollo using those powerful legs of his. Boyer trying to counter by scissoring Apollo's right leg. But Boyer's shoulders are very close to the mat. Chin lock. While Apollo squirms his way out of that. Overlapping toe hold by Apollo. Now puts his own foot in there. And boy, this really puts the pressure on. This is almost a reverse Indian deathlock. Very close to the ropes. And boy, you can see he's feeling the tremendous pressure that he's being subjected to. Apollo trying to roll Boyer away from the ropes. As close as he is, Boyer hasn't grabbed for the ropes, which he could easily do. He's trying to figure a way out. the one who has it can very well be on the receiving end. And that almost happened just then as Boyer rolled his man over, but in doing so, they went through the ropes. Now it's going to be a question of untying them. Apollo says, wait a minute, let us do it. Let us. Smythe in a quandary. Each one is willing to break, but now Apollo trying to untie the knot that he tied. They're free. But Boyer's left leg isn't quite the same. Apollo is not trying to take advantage of it. Apollo trying to massage some feeling and circulation back in there. Boyer is not too sure that he's happy about any of it. Finger locks. Uh-oh. Apollo hooks him. Spread eagles him. But Apollo better watch his own shoulders. Because that's what Smythe is watching. Apollo, with those powerful legs, can inflict just as much punishment with them as he can with his equally powerful arms. Boyer once more tied up like a pretzel, but the ropes intervene again. Boyer a bit perplexed with this whirlwind of the Pampas. He's having troubles. Apollo cartwheeling the position for a trip out and takedown. Kick out by Boyer. Once more he's upended, and once more he kicks free. And a repetition. This time Apollo makes it stick. Clamps on a toe hold. Now a leg lock. Reverses it. Oh, Boyer using an old trick. Pats him on the back, and Apollo admits that he was taken in. Apollo admits he was taken in. He thought Boyer had given on that. Apollo acknowledging to the fans that Boyer used his head. He outsmarted him. Boyer starting to rough him up. Boyer starting to rough him up, and he drive into the short ribs. And boy, those set that floating rib adrift, I'm sure of that. A knee lift stuns Apollo. Snapmare by Boyer. A press by Boyer. Apollo kicking free. A jawbreaker by Boyer. As Apollo stunned. Another jawbreaker by Boyer. A wallop to the jaw with a forearm, another forearm. Another jawbreaker, and Apollo's in trouble. Apollo throws him off. Crisscross. Apollo with a flying body block. 1, 2, he's got him. Oh, hey, these guys aren't happy about this at all. They're going to continue this battle. The match is over, but a match that lasted for some 15 minutes and saw nothing but good, clean, scientific wrestling winds up with both boys pulling out the stops and walloping each other. Here's the time.
The time, 14 minutes and 5 seconds, and the winner, Apollo.
And as he vaults over the ropes, you have heard the verdict. The winner of this match between Bob Boyer and Argentina Apollo is Argentina Apollo. All right, Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall to curfew. Introducing in this corner, Chicago, Illinois, at 227 pounds, Steve Mr. America Stanlee. His opponent from Cherokee, North Carolina, at 242 pounds, Chief White Owl.
Boy, I'm certainly looking forward to that special match at the Coliseum here in Washington Monday night. Wild Red Berry, back in battling attire, meeting Arnold Skolin. And this is only, I'd go out just to see that. But this is just in support of the third meeting of Cowboy Bill Watts and Bobo Brazil. Berry and Skolin, who feuded throughout the match tonight, will have it out to a positive finish at the Coliseum Monday night here in Washington. And let me remind you that the box offices at the Coliseum and here at the Capitol Arena remain open Saturday and Sunday. You'd better get your tickets for this one. Steve, Mr. America Stanlee, and Chief White Owl. Uh-oh. Look at this Stanlee. Man, he's wasting no time getting started. A foot and a fist. And a foot and a fist. Boy, he is really working the Indian over. Whoa! Stanlee in retreat, and I mean full retreat, as White Owl spins him to the mat. Stanlee moves outside. Boy, White Owl has a short fuse to his temper. And it wouldn't take much by Stanlee before we'll see another Indian on the warpath. Pay attention, Madison Square Garden fans. Cowboy Bill Watts comes back for his third stand against the world's heavyweight champ, Bruno Sammartino, in the air-conditioned comfort of Madison Square Garden on the wrestling feature Friday night, or Monday night, May 17th. That's Monday night, May 17th. Each one is one about previously, as you know. In addition, Wahoo McDaniel and Gorilla Monsoon will battle. There's also a tag team tangle. Wild Red Berry's combination of Smasher Sloan and Volta Von Erich against Chief White Owl and Chief Big Heart. Good seats are still available, and the Garden box office remains open all day Sunday. Remember the Super Wrestling Show Monday night, May 17th. Chief on the ropes. And Stanlee working on his face. I don't know if he's trying to carve a totem pole out of the Chief or what, but he's certainly trying to change his looks. The Chief says, clean break. Look at this. I've lifted. Stanlee has different ideas. Stanlee, you may regret that. Oh, boy, that opened his mouth. That wallop to the belly. The Chief hangs up the wash. Tells the referee, just step aside for a minute. And look at this. Tomahawk chop. The crowd yells one more. The Chief looks like he's just resting, but he's tightening those ropes when he steps on that bottom strand. Stanlee, you didn't catch him unawares. Stanlee still thinks that his best chance is to try and batter the Chief into submission, and he's certainly going all out to do it. That was the referee very audibly warning Stanlee to stop using a fist. Has him in the corner. And again, Stanlee with a knee lift to the midsection invites trouble. Drags him over that top rope. And he's going to do it again. With a shoulder haul. The Chief coming back with a flying drop kick. Another drop kick by the Chief. Snapmare. The referee was calling for a break. White Owl raises his hands. Stanlee boots him. Stanlee raking across the face. Stanlee battering away. Continues. Chief having his troubles. And the bell sounds its curfew. The bell sounds its curfew. The bell has already sounded. Let's get the time.
The time, ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes and 5 seconds. The winner, Chief White Owl.
That's the decision, even though the bell has sounded. And as you've heard, the winner of this match between Chief White Owl and Steve Mr. America Stanlee is Chief White Owl. Well, we certainly hope you enjoyed tonight's series of matches, and I know one fellow who enjoyed them, and I'm glad to see him with us.
Yes,
How do you feel, James Lake?
I feel terrific.
Good.
I
Jimmy?
saw a good show.
That's for sure.
Yes, sir.
That always happens, and I hope we'll see you Monday night at the Coliseum.
Well,
that should be a tremendous one.
That I would never miss.
Well, I'm sure of that. Jimmy, it's nice to have you with us, and we'll see you next week.
And
right? We hope we see you, too. Until next week from the Capitol Arena, Ray Morgan saying to you, good sports, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Jimmy.